Peace, guys. It is Spooky Noodles, and I am here with a book mail. I don't want to call it a book haul anymore because it's not really a haul. Uh, like it. Excuse me. Excuse me. It like I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but it makes you think that I'm about to show you a bunch of books when I only have two books. So I think I'm just gonna call it book mail from now on, because um because I'm not into book hauls. I'm not doing book hauls. I'm doing book mail. I'm just showing you like a couple books I get. Maybe every once in a while when I actually have a haul, like I have more than 4 books to show, or 4 or higher, then I'll do a haul. But other than that, I don't think I should call these hauls anymore if they're not hauls. So I'm gonna call this book mail from now on. And I only got 2 books here, but I'm very excited for these 2 books because they're very exciting stories. So you may be asking, what did I get? Well, the first book is literally huge. It's gigantic. It clocks in at, oh, if I can switch the pages. Oh, it's so hard to switch pages. There we go. Oh, it doesn't even say the page number on the last page, but it is 610 pages long. And that is The Secret of Anatomy by Mark Morris. I bought this for 2 reasons. One, that is just a beautiful cover. It just screams Clive Barker. And it also has a little blurb by Clive Barker on the cover. So that just makes me think, oh, Clive Barker. So I can't wait to dive into Mark Morris's stuff. I already own The Horror Club, which is also under the name Toady. And I own Stitch. I own The Immaculate. And now I own The Secret of Anatomy. And this is the biggest book by him that I own. I don't know if it gets any bigger than this. If it does, let me know. This is a brick of a book. And this would probably take me 2 months to read, if I'm being honest. Maybe even more, because of how slow I've been reading lately. But, someone dog-eared the bottom of this page. Oh, not only did they dog-ear it, but... Oh, no, they didn't cut it out, no. It's just dog-eared. Or, I guess if it's at the bottom, does that make it a dog ear still? I don't know. But it came in pretty good condition. It's folded in on this the side doesn't look too hot, but it's a big book and it's probably been squished by a bunch of bigger books, or not bigger books because it doesn't get much bigger than that really. I mean, it does get bigger than this. I've seen 1,000-page books. I think Stephen King has written some long books too. But this is huge in my opinion. 610 pages is a tome. I believe it's a tome. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure 600 and plus words pages is a tome. So maybe it's over 500 pages is the tome. I'm not sure. I'm not really into tomes, if I'm being honest. I don't have what's the word? I'm not coming up with words today. I don't have the patience, I guess, for longer books. I don't have the word's there, but it's not there. I don't have I just don't have the ability to focus for long periods of time, on one book. I like shorter books, like Skins by Wrath James White, which was 188 pages long. That was great for me because I was able to read the story and I focused on it and I got through it. Now, Bad Brains by Kathy Koja is 376 pages long and I'm struggling right now, but I'm going to get through it. But this one is a brick and this is going to be a challenge for me. And I like challenges, so I'm not really good at challenges. I've failed a bunch, but that's why you won't see me participating in any monthly challenges where they say, oh, read 5 books in 1 month. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that because I can't do that. I'm physically not incapable of reading 5 books a month. Like, the most I've read in a month is 4 books, and that was actually 2 physical copies and then 2 audiobooks. So if I'm being honest, I can only read 2 books a month, physical books. If I add 2 audibles, I can read or listen to 2 audibles, which makes it 4 books. February, I listened to 1 book, and I finished Skins on March 1st, but I'm going to consider that a February book, so I finished 2 books in February. 1 physical, 1 audio. This month, I'm hoping to read more and finish books I have started. And I made a video recently about books I want to read. Most of them are slimmer books, and that's because I'm hoping to read more faster, and give you more reviews, because I enjoy doing reviews. I don't know if you guys watch my channel for my reviews or not, but I seem to get more views on my reviews, so therefore I like to think that you guys like my reviews. So but I'm trying to find more books that are shorter that I can read and give you good reviews on. Of course, they have to be good books, because I am not into reading bad books. I usually do not start bad books. I only read good books. And I have read bad books. I don't make it far into bad books unless, of course, it's Bite by Richard Lehman. That one, I made it like 270 something pages into that book, and I failed. That book was boring, but I might pick it back up just so I can do a review on it. But that's besides the point, I guess. Secret of Anatomy, I'm looking forward to. Mark Morris is supposedly like Clive Barker. An apocalyptic journey into dark and forbidden territory, blurred by Clive Barker. I think there's more blurbs on the inside, if I'm not wrong. It's got some... the 3 books inside. It says Toady, but I have it under the horror club, so I can't wait to read this. It has like art in it like that. It has a spinal cord or vertebrae. I wonder if the next chapter has something else, or if it's just the first chapter. Yeah, it's just the first chapter that has something. Or maybe that's part 1. Yeah, maybe like part 2 has like a different body part. Yeah, this is part 3 and it has a hand. I can't wait to read this book. I don't know what it's about, honestly. Let me read what it's about, actually. I'm going to skip over this long blurb by Clive Barker, but maybe I'll read it afterwards. David Fox, fast approaching his 40th birthday, is in the throes of a middle-life crisis. This is until he finds a message in a bottle while walking on the beach. The message, written in 1953, is from a boy called John Marshall, who claims his father is trying to kill him. And that with a new, invigorating purpose to his life, David is compelled to find out what happened all those years ago. The truth is more bizarre and horrific than he could ever have imagined. At the heart of his investigations is a secret society called the Flux. Sounds like the Klux. And each of its members possesses unique and formidable supernatural powers, and they want the bottle. And in the blurb up here says, Mark Morris is one of the finest horror writers at work today. The Secret of Anatomy is his most disturbing work to date. Finely crafted and powerfully written, it is an apocalyptic journey into the dark and forbidden territory. And Clive Barker, I don't know if he gives out that many blurbs, but I'm trying to find more authors like Clive Barker. Kathy Koja, if I can get my phone off my book. Kathy Koja being one of those authors that I found that are like Clive Barker. But Mark Morris is another one like Clive Barker, and I want to give this a read. It's very interesting to me, so I'm going to listen or read it soon. Not listen, because I don't think Mark Morris has any audiobooks on Audible. If he did, I'd definitely get them, because it's much easier for me to do audiobooks than it is to read, especially books like this. But I'm looking forward to reading this one. I hear great things about it. I heard paperback, I think it's Leon. I kept calling him Leo, I think. And I think his name is Leon, the paperback maniac. And his channel is the Paperback Mania. or Paperback Mania. Not sure if it has the in it or not. And he said that Mark Morris is an author that he cannot wait to check out. And I'm with him, because for one, the cover's amazing, the title's amazing, the blurb by Clive Barker's amazing, the synopsis is amazing. So I can't wait to read this book. It's probably gonna be my second Mark Morris book, right behind The Horror Club, because The Horror Club is a coming-of-age novel that I think I have to read. Well, not everyone, but some people say it's boring, but I think it's gonna be good. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a shot. If it's boring, then it's boring, but the premise of The Horror Club sounds interesting. This book sounds interesting. I mean, look at that cover. That cover is awesome. So yeah, that's The Secret of Anatomy. That's the first book I got. Then the second book is so much smaller. Look at that. It is definitely shorter. This book comes in at 216 pages. And that is Down on the Farm by John Sturr. Sorry for the glare, guys. The title is shiny, so it's really hard to read the shininess on my camera. It says on the front, "Don't enter the barn, something deadly stirs and death is just the beginning." And then here's a blurb from Stephen King. Now, I've learned not to trust Stephen King blurbs, but this one caught my eye. And I'll show you why in a second. I just have to read it first. And I'm about to sneeze again, and I apologize. This keeps happening. This keeps happening. Sorry, I have to charge up my sneezes. So let's read this blurb, shall we? Sorry for the sneeze again. I'd mark it down on my mental must-buy list. Sturr turns Michigan into Lovecraft country. Now, when I heard that, I knew I had to have this book. I went to my bookstore and looked for it, couldn't find it. Then when I finally had some money, I finally bought the book. And Down on the Farm, first of all, I love Lovecraft's type of work, like cosmic horror. I enjoy Lovecraftian stories a lot. Lovecraft himself, I'm not too sure how I feel about Lovecraft. As a man, I hate him. He's a despicable person. But his work is very interesting. And I like a lot of his stories. Like the Dunswich Horror is one of my favorite short stories or novellas or whatever it is of all time. But that being said, work like the Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle was really good, and I like that, and I like the little turn on it. This book promises a Lovecraft story. Now, if you know me, I love work that is based in Michigan. So the fact that it says turns Michigan into Lovecraft country makes me really want this. Now you might be like asking, like, farmland, Michigan, what? Well, we have farms in Michigan, believe it or not. We have tons of them. And it's funny because Michigan has a little bit of everything. We have cities like you would see in LA. We have small little pop-up towns, and we have country. We just have a large mix of people, and this is just a really great state if you ask me. Now, we have our flaws, but Michigan to me is one of the best states in the country. I love Michigan. The weather is not as impressive as it is in California. California's weather is amazing. It doesn't get better than California. The people there could get better. But you have like a good mix of everything. Like the weather in the summer is pretty good. I mean, it gets 80 degrees in the summer, sometimes even hotter. I actually remember a heat wave when I was a kid in Michigan, where there was an alert on the TV telling people to stay in their homes because people were dying of heat exhaustion. And the temperatures reached like 112 degrees. And that was crazy, especially for Michigan. And during that time, a blackout happened. And because it was so hot, I guess, and like 3 states lost electricity. And it was crazy. And that was the time where my brother got his teeth knocked out by the golf club, and we struggled to get him into a hospital that was working. Well, sorry for that long story, guys. But basically what I'm saying is Michigan is a good mix of everything. We got some crazy weather though, but we have good people, we have bad people sometimes, but most of the time you find nice people here, especially in the UP. I hear, I've never been there, but I hear the UP has some great people. So, but I don't know if John Stur's from Michigan or not, but I'm very excited to read this book because it's based in Michigan. Let me read the back for you guys real quick. On an isolated farm, Michigan farm, an old barn stands cold and dark. Animals shun it. People are chilled by it. And its owner, Casey Dubious, or Dubai, Dubious? Dubu? Casey Debus, I'm just gonna go with Debus. It could be Du Bois. Du Bois? I don't know. Keep it locked and empty, but it's not empty. But empty, it's not. Sorry, I read that wrong. Keeps it locked and empty, but empty, it's not. Beneath the floor, an ancient presence stirs, a monstrosity of bloodlust. It is starved for the food of human suffering. It thrives on the possession of others, body and soul, and the dubious. The Du Bois family, close-knit and innocent, is the perfect fodder for the demon's foul appetite. I don't know what that word is, honestly. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that word up after this video. I feel stupid. I always hate when I come across a word I have no idea what it is. Don't know how to pronounce it. It's just embarrassing. As the beast tightens its infernal grip on his family, Casey Du Bois must fight to save everything dear to him, including his eternal soul. Now, there's a hardback cover of this book, but I enjoy the paperback version much better, and I love paperbacks in general more than I do hardbacks, so it was an easy choice to get this one in paperback. There's some art on the back. It's just really close-up art from what's on the front cover. Really cool cover too, by the way. I like the dark navy, or not navy, but the dark blue in the background. That just looks like Michigan colors. Not the University of Michigan, just like the dark blue just reminds me of the lake. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I hope that it doesn't have too many things written inside it, because I'm seeing that there's some writing inside the book, but it looks like it's pretty clean from there on out. Got a prologue here. The date was February 13th, 1809. Oh, wow. Does it take place that long ago? Let me see the next chapter. Oh, my bad. I don't know if it takes place way back then, but that's pretty cool if it does. But I can't wait to read this book. So these are the two books I received: Down on the Farm and The Secret of Anatomy. Mark Morris, John Stur. I'm really looking forward to reading these books. I want to put them at the top of the TBR, but as you know, my TBR is stacked with books I need to read. I also have a bunch of people who want me to beta read for them, and I feel horrible because I'm behind on my beta reads. I've also got a book that someone sent me that I want to read, but it's hard because I have to be in the mood for crime and stuff like that, and I'm not really in the mood for what that book has in store for me. So I'm waiting for the mood to strike. But for the moment, I am in a horror mood, and I have a bunch of good horror books, as you can see. These are just two of the book mail, two books from the book mail I got today. I'm waiting on one more book, and then I also got, well, I'm not sure if I can pay for it. I'm a little struggling on money right now, but I have a Tony Bacon haul I'm going to do, and this is actually going to be a book haul. I got like 6 books from this auction, and I just have to pay for it, and he'll send it. So, but yeah, how do you guys think about these books? Have you read them? Have you read the authors? How do you feel about books in Michigan? How do you feel about Mark Morris? How do you feel about Clive Barker blurbs? How do you feel about Stephen King blurbs? This is just some of the stuff I got this month. Yesterday I didn't receive anything yesterday. February I didn't receive that many books, but this month might be a little different. I did have the last day of February I went to a bookstore. I don't remember if I shared with you guys those books or not. I'm pretty sure I did, because I think I already put them on the bookshelf, and I don't think I would have done that if I didn't already make a video on them. So, but I hope if you guys have anything to say about these books, let me know. Like I said, this is a book I actually saw on Leon the Paperback Maniacs, or the Paperback Mania. I saw this book on his channel a long time ago. I don't remember when, but he said it was pretty good. He said I think he gave it 3 stars. But I'm excited for it because I think I'm in the right atmosphere for it. So, or the area I'm in is gonna be better. I don't know. Maybe the setting's gonna hit me harder than it did for him. I don't know. We will see. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys have a spooky night. This has been Bookmail. And I hope you have a good day. Overall. I'll see you in the next video. Is that okay, guys? I think that's okay. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Now I am become death.